Frankie here. Today I'm here with Emma. We are in Toronto, BC1, Canada, Cypher champion. See, you guys don't need an introduction for it. Emma is, of course, from British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada, representing Straight Path. And today we're going to just talk about experience and knowledge on breaking. Emma, thank you so much for joining me today. It's an honor.
Thank you for having me.
This is your audience here, you know, the 10, 15-year breakers that really just love and just breathe this art form, right? We've seen you dance, and today we just want to get to know the person a little bit more behind who's dancing. Of course, your upbringing as a person and you as a dancer, these are inextricably linked. How you grew up definitely has an implication on how it comes out in your dance, right?
Yeah.
So can you give us a little bit of background? I saw this Instagram clip that you posted not too long ago of maybe a 2015 clip when you were first starting compared to where you are now. So maybe we can start there and kind of talk about what do you remember in terms of your mindset as a dancer when you were first starting around that time?
Yeah. Well, when I first started, I didn't really understand the dance too much, obviously, but my coach at the time, he told me, like, when you battle, you have to pretend like you want to kill the person. But yeah, so every battle I went into, something like turned on, you know? Yeah, and that's how I got like that kind of attitude every time I went in. I think like that's what's missing in a lot of kids nowadays. Like when they first start, they seem to be like a little shy, and you can kind of see it in their dance. So that's like my number one thing when I try to teach is like confidence is really important, like believe in yourself. I believe it was like 2014 when I first started. His name was Ali. He was a breaker already at the high school I was in. 4 years older than me, I believe. Yeah, and he knew a little bit about breaking, and he ran the break club there. So he taught me like my first moves, like baby freeze, front step, like the basic stuff like that. I think he just started with a few of his friends, like they just saw clips on YouTube, and then he started going around the community, and then I think that he also learned a bit from NON as well. Like with the killer instinct or whatever we call it, like that just stuck with me throughout like my whole career. And I think the number one thing that I learned is that like the self-belief is really important in your dance, and I really just wanted to show everyone every time I went on the floor, like I believe in myself and my style, and I just want to show people that.
Would you consider yourself you were already a competitive nature to begin with?
Oh yeah, for sure. I used to play soccer before I braked, and I was really competitive on the team. So yeah, and I think my whole family is actually like really into sports, so they also have that competitive mentality as well. So I definitely got it from my parents and my whole family.
Let's talk a little bit about Straight Path too.
All right.
I was just asking Kurt just now.
Yeah.
There sounds like there may be 5 or 6 of you right now.
Yeah.
How did it come about, meeting Kurt, etc.?
Meeting Kurt, it was at a jam, I believe, in Chilliwack, and I was in a 7 to Smoke. He was judging, and we were on the car ride back together. It was like a big van full of breakers. We live outside of Chilliwack, so we had to get a ride back. And we sat beside each other, and then I just started asking him questions. Like, I think I was asking him for tips about my breaking because he was the judge, obviously. And then, yeah, we just like talked like the whole way, kind of like bonded a little bit. And then me and Jonas were like already practicing, and then Jonas started practicing with Connor and Curtis more, and then Jonas started bringing me out to those sessions, and that's kind of like how it started. Yeah, I think it's dope that we started all as like friends at first. Like we're just friends, and we just like to break just for fun, and then we started entering together. And I think like sometimes that's kind of missing. Like there's so many super crews nowadays. Like there's like a bunch of people like, oh, we're all dope, let's like make a super crew and battle, and then they're not really like that close, you know what I mean? I think a crew has to kind of be a family first and then make it into something.
And stylistically, I've been watching Straight Path for years now. One of the things I noticed that's particular to you guys, Kurt breaks different from Connor, breaks different from Jonas, breaks different from you, right?
Yeah, 100%, yeah, I agree. I think like our mentality is like, we just like really value originality and don't try to be generic.
So aspiration-wise, Emma, we know you want to be BC1 World Finalist, World Champ, of course. We know that you also are very involved in teaching as well. Lessons learned from having to compete getting to compete these last few years internationally.
Don't take it like too serious, because I used to get so upset after I lost every battle. But I realized that there's literally a battle every weekend. The training, you gotta look at the bigger picture. Like, it's not just for that one battle, it's for all the battles that follow after that, you know? So I think, yeah, just don't take it too serious. Like, it's not that deep. It's just breakdance at the end of the day. Try not to compare yourself to others as hard as it is. Remember that you're on your own journey. Everyone's progress is different.
At a competition, you're just getting judged one moment of you. They're not even judging you, right?
Exactly.
And the second part you're saying about just not taking things as seriously, staying true to who you are. I mean, as cheesy as that sounds, right? Stick to what you're good at. Stick to what you know, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about teaching as well. Geographically, breakers relate to this. It doesn't matter if I talk to people in the Midwest, West Coast, Toronto.
Yeah.
It seems like people that stick around in breaking, it's hard enough to find as is, let alone breakers that want to teach, that know what they're doing, right?
Totally.
Can you talk a little bit about your inspirations as someone who's teaching younger students?
My motivation to teach is to bring up the new gen because I want our scene to grow. I don't want just the people who are active now just to kind of like what you're saying, what's happening with your scene, like everyone just got old, you know? But I don't want that. I just I want our scene to keep growing, and I want my kids to teach their kids too. I love breaking so much, so I just want to share that with other people, and I think it's really rewarding when I see my students start developing the same passion as me, you know, because it makes me think of when I first started really falling in love with breaking.
Here's another thing too, right? These newer generation kids are breaking a lot different from breakers that maybe grew up training on their own, maybe just watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you talk a little bit about where your students are now? How many students do you have? How long have they been breaking?
There's so many of them. I teach at over 5 different studios, and I teach one-on-ones, 2-on-2s, you name it, you know. So there's a lot of students I'm working with. They're doing all really good. A few of them, especially Lucas and Gabe, they're really working hard, and they're actually repping at other places. So they're traveling, putting in the work to go rep, which is really dope, and they're making a name for themselves already at such a young age. When I was a kid, I had some mentors growing up, but I learned a lot of my stuff from YouTube. So sometimes I think it would be dope to have someone like me when I was younger, you know? So yeah, I'm happy I can share with them, keep them growing. And like I said, it's just super rewarding also just watching them develop their own style and mature as dancers. I'm super proud of them. They're killing it, for sure.
You keep going back to the word reward. The most rewarding thing for a teacher to see is to see your student thrive and take the initiative to take that next step. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
5 studios.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are they all geographically pretty close, or do you have to travel for this?
Some of them are close, some of them are far. A lot of them I go just to teach a one-time workshop, but other places, I live in Surrey, so a lot of the studios I teach at are in Vancouver or Richmond, so I have to travel quite a bit. But it's okay because my practice sessions are in those areas anyway, so I just teach and then go to session after.
First clip I wanted to pull up was from Rock Harder 2023. It was the last time that they did the draft, the 5-on-5.
I think this jam, we just did our crew anniversary the day before. So I think all of us hopped on either a really early morning flight or a nighttime flight to get there. So all of us were super sleep deprived. But we all agreed that we felt really good for some reason. We all killed it that day for some reason, even though we were so tired.
I remember that story because Switch said that you guys didn't have to do a prelim. They literally just got off the plane.
Yeah, got off the plane straight to it.
Right.
Yeah, mentality wise, I was just trying to have fun and show my new stuff. I think I was really inspired from the day before doing the jam, seeing all the high level breaking, because obviously I can't enter my own jam, but it was such a dope jam. I was like, damn, I really want to battle. So I let all it out the next day, which was here. Oh, nice. I forgot about that tech. Gotta bring it back. Nice. Signature. Woo. Even switch B new. That's what's up. I've definitely grown since then. It wasn't my best round, but I like my style and the rawness in it. I like my attitude in that one. And I feel like I'm still running some of the same combos like from this clip, but they're a lot cleaner now. So it's kind of cool to look back. That's the dope part about looking back at your own footage. You get to see like how far you've come.
Let's get into a little bit more about your breaking approach. I know you have several different inspirations for your breaking career early on. We also know you have affinity for footwork as well.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how that process has been through training to build up to a point like that? What does your footwork training look like?
I started like falling in love with footwork. It's kind of a funny story. It's because when I first started, all the guys around me, they were a lot more stronger than me, so they kept getting all these like crazy moves, like the power moves and the freezes, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna do footwork and get better at them with footwork. So that's kind of like how it started, and then I started seeing other people in my scene really kill it with footwork. For example, Severin, he was like winning battles with like just footwork and musicality, and that like really inspired me. I was like, okay, maybe I can do it too, you know? When it comes to footwork training, a lot of it comes like just like really taking your time at practice, trying to create, and also like drilling and just like being musical with it. I feel like a lot of people in footwork battles, they don't really listen to the music, so not throwing shade at anyone. I want to like show that I can do that too, like dope footwork, but also to the beat, because it's actually kind of hard, and I want to show that, you know. Drill my combos every practice, building my stamina training too, because footwork takes up a lot of your stamina. It's actually really hard.
One thing I notice about your footwork too, you blend in the leg work, but also the step flow. I see an affinity for one or the other. The step flow, the 2 steps, the 3 steps, or a lot of
like
the
flow,
dead legs,
sweeps,
the blenders,
yes. Yeah.
So I like to see the both too, the ones that can really command and master and weave in and out of both. Do you relate to that?
Yeah, for sure. I think like a lot of it just comes from taking, like a lot of how I create my footwork steps is just by taking like a foundational step, like a 3-step or something, and see how I can make it different, or like see how I can add a level change to it, see how I can like take up more space with it, how I can play with the music with it more, you know? There's always like something you can do, like grab your knee, head, thread through,
Let's watch your semi from BC1 this year.
Against Tiff?
Yeah.
Honestly, for this one, I was really nervous because I really wanted to win. It's like, for me, this is the most important battle of the year, and I was really training hard for this one. And also, in my second round, I did like a risky move, and that's kind of like hard for me to do, but I kind of like forced myself. But before the battle, I was like, am I gonna crash? I don't know. Like, I was like kind of freaking out. So at this point, like just waiting to go in, I was just trying to like keep it cool, stay calm, and just like tell myself like it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna kill it. Just like do your best, and the outcome shouldn't really matter.
One thing about your preparation before this, I know that you were battling quite a few times up until this year. Did you feel like just the reps, the battles you were getting in, that helped with this too?
Totally. It makes a big difference when you have like a few battles leading up to a big battle, from my experience, because one time I tried to not like battle for like, I think like almost a whole month before one of my battles, and then I battled and I felt like the most nervous I ever felt, and it wasn't even that big of a battle. So I think like it really helps. But also I think it's kind of dope when you don't battle for a while and don't really show anyone like your new shit, and then you come to a battle and then you surprise everyone. I think that's raw. So I did not want to go first, but Tiff was like, I just battled, so you have to go. I was like, fine. Nice. Nice. Oh. The crowd is getting hype. The song was a little weird. It was kind of all over the place. Woo. Nice. This is the move I was talking about. Whee. Nice. Nice.
What do you think?
Honestly, I was really happy with how I did in that battle. So even though I lost, I tried to still have like a positive attitude, and I was happy that I took the risk by doing that head spin move, even though it's nothing too crazy. Like, I get it, it's just like a hurricane tap move, but for me it's a big deal because I never really do risks in a battle. So I was really happy that I didn't chicken out, because I usually chicken out. Those rounds were really good. I thought I was really musical, especially like my first round. I thought I really packed it and took my time, wasn't rushing, finished strong, did like level changes, power moves. Like, I did what I could do, you know? Like, I feel like I couldn't have done any better than I did. So I was happy with how I did, but obviously the result was not what I wanted. But
With respect to the state, that's a huge. Every time BC won Canada, you guys get this massive
so
stage.
big, dude.
So
Yeah.
one thing that I noticed, though, I think quality of your round, and I think just in general, if someone has really dynamic and really good footwork on a big stage, I just think it's that much more impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, it's hard sometimes, like with my style, sometimes on the big stage, it doesn't really look as good to someone who has like a more dynamic style, like what you're saying. So yeah, I appreciate it. After this battle, because I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty upset that I lost. I had to talk like with some friends, and they were saying like I shouldn't like worry too much about it. Like, at the end of the day, there is a battle every weekend. And even though like I really wanted to win, like there's literally Red Bull next year. And I'm gonna like be better than I was this year, you know? So I really like, after this battle, it changed my mentality. You know, still taking it really serious, but my goal this year is to try not to take losses too serious, because it's just breakdance at the end of the day.
Final discussion point is, like I said, going back to who you are as a person and how it affects how your breaking comes out, and for us all excited to see how your breaking shapes up in the future. Put simply, what other things can we look forward to in your life in the next few years? What are your aspirations?
My dream is to just like go pro with breaking. I'm in school right now for sports science. Like, I'm finishing my bachelor's degree in physical education and coaching. So I'll be like an official teacher in a high school or something. But that's kind of like my plan B. Like, my plan A is to just like go pro with breaking and give it my everything and see what I can do with it. Because I feel like I'm only going to be this young once, and I just want to kind of put everything into it right now, see what I can do. This summer especially, I took school off and work off, and I'm just gonna like travel. I'm going to like Europe in a week to Outbreak, Silverback, World Battle. Also in September, me and the crew are going to Switzerland for a group session. So it's the first time we're gonna go overseas to battle, which is really dope. I just really want to go all out with breaking, because it's the one thing that I don't know what else like I would do. You know, like school doesn't give me the same feeling. Nothing else gives me the same feeling as breaking does. And it's like my number one passion, and I'm obsessed with it.
And now is the time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I used to think like, I don't know, like I went through a time where I thought like maybe I'm kind of being stupid, like trying to like do dance, because all my friends from high school, like I see like they finish like all their degrees and they're getting like crazy jobs now, and like they're really like doing stuff. And it kind of made me think, like, I'm just trying to do breakdance. Like, it sounds kind of silly. But now, like, I'm just like, screw that. Like, I'm just going to see what I can do with it, you know? Because I love it. And one life, you know?
We are so excited, of course, to continue to watch you, continue to represent, and continue to be such a student, such a dedicated student to breaking and the essence of it. Of course, best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
Emma.
much. Yeah, appreciate it.
And we're out of here. Peace.